Hello and welcome live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iriu, and today our focus will be on the North Central. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top stories making rounds at the moment. The Imo State Police Command has confirmed the death of one person following a tragic explosion caused by an improvised explosive device at Eke Ubaeze Market Square in Osu local government area of Imo State. The incident, which occurred on Tuesday, June 24, 2025, claimed the life of a middle-aged woman, Ngozi Ume, who reportedly stepped on a landmine allegedly to have been planted by operatives of the proscribed IPOB and ESN. According to the state, late Ngozi Ume was critically injured and later confirmed dead at the hospital, while 5 others sustained various degrees of injuries and are currently receiving medical care. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, CP Aboki Danjuma, has deployed specialized teams, including the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit, EOD, and tactical squads to secure the area, evacuate victims, and conduct a thorough sweep of the market to detect any other hidden explosives. The area has since been declared safe and with normal activities resuming under tightened security surveillance. The Commissioner of Police also directed the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the State's Criminal Investigations Department to lead a comprehensive investigation to apprehend the perpetrators of the heinous act. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has called on governments whose state is prone to flooding to support the Emergency Preparedness and Response Project of the agency to enhance capacity that can reduce the impact of disasters on communities. The Director General of NEMA, Zubaiba Umar, who was represented by Director of Planning and Research, NEMA, Mr. Onimonde Bamidele, stated this in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, during a 3-day emergency response plan workshop organized for critical stakeholders in disaster management.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with the World Bank and the Kogi State government, have begun a 3-day stakeholder workshop in Lokoja to strengthen flood preparedness across the state. Kogi State, bordered by the River Niger and Benue, is among states predicted by NAMET to face flooding in 2025. The workshop brings together key players from SEMA, ministries, NGOs, security agencies, and community leaders from all 36 local government areas.
The last year, flood affected over 1 million households and damaged properties worth billions of naira. We must do all we can to be prepared to respond to disaster if it were to occur. We must work together to be able to provide timely and effective humanitarian assistance to those affected, and especially the most vulnerable, should the need arise.
NEMA's North Central Zonal Director, Aliyu Waziri, says the training focuses on building institutional capacity for coordinated disaster response. A World Bank representative, Francis Akoka, reiterated support for technical and operational readiness.
If you go to all these IDP camps, you see numerous agencies, government organizations, NGOs, but there is no leadership, there is no coordination. You find that even the IDPs don't know what to do. Then they say they are not coordinated. So these are big challenges. In solving disaster, the IDP also become another disaster. Therefore, this project, the Emergency Preparedness Response Project, is a commendable initiative designed to improve emergency preparedness and response capacities across 774 local government areas in the country, beginning with Kogi State.
That here we can develop a more robust emergency preparedness and response plan that we can all work together and be ready for the current disasters we are facing each and every day and the future disasters. The World Bank is supporting this process with deep sense of urgency and responsibilities. We know from the experience that strong preparedness reduces the cost of response and recovery, and more importantly, saves lives.
Declaring the event open, Onimbode Bamidele, representing NEMA's Director General, urged the state government to back the effort with awareness campaigns and resources.
The objective of this project are multifaceted and include, among others, 1. Establishing a robust EP&R structure in every local government area of Kogi State and building the capacity of the responders. Developing a comprehensive database for volunteers. Advocating for the adoption and inauguration of local emergency management committees, because disaster is local. Early action too should be local.
Stakeholders believe the initiative will ensure faster and more effective community-level response if floods occur this year.
Engineers in the country have assured of their capability and competence to compete with foreign counterparts in the discharge of their duties, and therefore call for more recognition and patronage by governments at all levels to encourage local standard. This is the view of various speakers at an engineering event in Ofa, Kwara State, where they also call for sharing of knowledge and expertise among each other.
The Local Content Act, enacted in 2010, provides the legal framework for increasing indigenous participation in key sectors. The goal? Job creation, local skill development, technology transfer, and the growth of Nigerian businesses. Under this framework, Nigerian engineers, especially those under the umbrella of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, are seeking more opportunities to execute local projects. At the inauguration of the NSC's Ofa branch in Kwara State, the body applauded the technical expertise available within the country, claiming it rivals that of foreign counterparts.
Nigerian engineers are capable, they have the expertise, they are trained to do whatever job that you've been seeing in this country. One, I want you to know that all these constructions you see foreigners around, it's Nigerians that do the real work. They only give the contracts to them because they know how to do the business, or maybe kickback and all that. But the real work is done by engineers. We have the expertise, go to the rail, go to the roads, and all other infrastructure development. You see Nigerian engineers performing excellently. In short, we can say in this country we are much better than some of these foreigners that come here. Some, they just come to take the projects and give Nigerian engineers to do.
The pioneer chairman of our branch agrees, but highlights lingering challenges affecting their professional practice.
A lot of challenges is confronting us. It's all about government policy and directive, and the acceptance of the people to accept the reality that engineers are problem solver to solve the environmental problem. And in our society to grow, we need engineers as a priority.
We still have a literacy of engineering.
Meanwhile, at another NSC event in Ilorin, the state capital, the focus shifts to the next generation and the need for unity collaboration to prepare young engineers to meet future demands through mentorship and knowledge transfer.
The strength of any professional body lies in the quality and commitment of its members. We will intensify efforts to increase our membership base by reaching out to young and aspiring engineers, professionals in academia, industry, and government agencies.
I promise.
What did you say?
With a renewed call for trust in local competence, the Nigerian engineering sector may just be on the path to reclaiming its place in national development.
Autonomy, accompanied with transparency, accountability, and purposeful leadership in the administration of local government councils, have been identified as enablers that will foster development in the council areas. These are submissions made by the leadership retreats organized for local government executives in Plateau State to enhance their capacity in local government administration.
The Plateau State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs is organizing a retreat aimed at fostering understanding of the state development framework and a shared goal to align efforts and resources among intergovernment agencies for maximum performance. Declaring the retreat open, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang emphasized the importance of local governments in national development.
Without the local governments, there will be no states. Without the states, there will be no federation. Therefore, it becomes very important that there is an appropriate synergy between the federal, the state, and the local governments. I have been an opponent from day one of the idea of autonomy, and I will tell you why. Because we should be talking about the national development agenda that every state will key into and every local government will key into.
In his keynote address, the Chancellor, Antenna Center for Policy and Leadership, and a former Minister of Aviation, Mr. Osita Chidoka, defines what autonomy in local government administration means.
Autonomy is the ability to determine, in my local government, the fire code says not more than 5 people will be in a room. So what does that mean? University of Jos, you can't have a hostel with 7 students because you're in violation of the local order in Jos North. Governor, your convoy cannot do 100 kilometers in our local government because the rule here says everybody must drive 80 kilometers per hour. That is what autonomy means. Autonomy means creating the rules that ensure that all institutions within your local government comply to the rules.
The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Ephraim Usman, in his welcome address, described the retreat as a strategic initiative designed to foster collaboration, innovation, and capacity building among local government leaders.
Our theme that the Plateau may shine is a clarion call to action, a reminder of our collective responsibility to ensure that every community in Plateau State enjoy the light of progress, peace, and prosperity.
The essence of the retreat is to expose participants to shared understanding of the vision and mission of government, deepened awareness of the state development framework, as well as effective leadership qualities, ethical principles in governance, strategies for financial commitment, and best practices.
The Benue state government has tasked the organized private sector to take advantage of the earlier administration's urban renewal program to improve the state's real estate sector with over 3.4 million hectares of land to beat the national housing deficit. The Surveyor General of Benue State, Mr. Emmanuel Nongo, made the call at the Maiden Makurdi Real Estate Conference organized in collaboration with investors to push the urban renewal program of Governor Hyacinth Alia road construction and upgrading of the state's capital to a competitive business hub. Seizing the opportunity, organizers say Benue can contribute to reducing the over 28 million housing deficit across the country with such collaboration with government in accessing genuine land allocation to provide affordable housing to solve Nigeria's decent accommodation challenges. The Maiden Makurdi Real Estate Conference, which is organized by the Benue State government in collaboration with real estate investors, is one step to maximize the Benue urban renewal with housing that match these road infrastructure.
Benue is an untapped market when it comes to real estate. I think it has over 3.4 million hectares of land in this state, and which is a massive opportunity. Nigerian housing deficit today is about 28 million. Okay, and this is a challenge, and that is what the federal government is trying to do with the Renewed Hope Housing program.
The conference, which attracts industry players across Nigeria, is seen as an open opportunity for more business and job creation options.
There's no time to waste. The right time is now. Let everyone get involved. There are different aspects of real estate, and we can choose any aspect of it and work and run with it. Everyone can do well as a real estate. You could be a real estate developer, you could be a real estate investor, you could be in the regulatory bodies, in one of the regulatory bodies.
Speaking on the sidelines of the events, the Surveyor General of Benue State and the resource persons talk about acquiring land from government as primary sources to curb speculation and deliver affordable housing.
We want to be part of the solution. We want to work with the government to provide housing solution and also create job opportunities for people, especially the youth of Benue State.
For those who has land that their houses are already on the new road, tied road, we are trying to advise them that they should hold on. They should not dispose the land or their properties. Maybe in the long run, it will attract more value than now.
The organizers at the end of the conference point Benue youths in the direction of a gold mine that can address unemployment in the state.
People feel there's no money in Benue State. There's actually money in Benue State. The reason why they do not have access to those monies is because they are not doing something that the money will actually be channeled or come to it. That is why they feel there is no money, but there's actually money in Benue State. If we all come together and give back to the society, to Benue State, something worth getting that money back.
This conference is the first attempt by the Benue State government to sell its real estate potential to industry players as part of efforts on public-private partnership to open up Benue for modern infrastructure and housing development. Welcome back. The High Court in Lafia, Nasar State has sentenced Oluwatimileyin Ajayi to death by hanging. The judgment was passed by Justice Simon Aboki, who found Ajayi guilty of the murder of the late Salome Adaidu. The conviction comes after details emerged of a disturbing crime where the court found Ajayi responsible for not only killing but also dismembering Salome Adaidu. The specifics of the heinous act led to today's definitive ruling. Salome Adaidu, a 24-year-old member of the National Youth Service Corps, was reportedly visiting Ajayi at his residence in the Palana area of New Karshi, Nasarawa State, when the tragic incident occurred. Mr. Ajayi had initially pleaded not guilty to the charge of culpable homicide. The case was taken over by the Nasarawa State government through the Ministry of Justice, leading to the trial, subsequent conviction, and death sentence.
For us from Legal Aid Council, I'm the state coordinator. The law has taken its course. Because of the peculiar nature of this case and the accelerated hearing it was given by the judiciary, we have no option. We are lawyers. We only assisted the defendant in presenting his case. The duty to decide the case either way is the exclusive prerogative of the court, and that is what my lord has done, analyzing critically the evidence of both parties. The option is left for the convict and his family members if they choose to test this judgment as well. As I said, it is their discretion. We cannot dictate that to them.
The court relied on two things. First, for us to prove this type of offenses or any criminal offenses, we are expected to do two things. Either to bring a direct evidence of what happened or the confessional statement or the circumstantial evidence. Now, in this case, even though we don't have a direct evidence of what transpired in that room, however, we were able to provide circumstantial evidence which actually goes to show what transpired. So the court looked at that and also considered his confessional statement to the police, which is even the legal evidence that we are required to tender. So, and then those are the basis upon which the court made this pronouncement. First, there are sufficient circumstantial evidence that led to the conclusion that he actually killed Mrs. Salome, and also his confessional statement to the police, which was tendered without objection. So those were the basis upon which the decision of the court was arrived at. By the Constitution, he has 19 days within which to appeal. However, it is within his right to appeal, failure of which the Ministry of Justice will have to recommend to His Excellency to sign the death warrant for proper execution of the judgment of the court.
Staying in Nasarawa State, the first set of postgraduate students into the field of medical geology have been inducted by the State University KEFI as the institution pioneers the course globally. The induction ceremony took place during the institution's third special lecture tagged Safe Mining, Chemicals and Economic Diversification. The institution believes the move has positioned it as the first university globally to offer a postgraduate program in medical geology. Our correspondent Halima Gayam reports.
The Vice-Chancellor of the Nasar State University, KEFI, Professor Adaidu, hosts the State Deputy Governor, other dignitaries from the academia and the mining sector, as the institution holds its third special lecture series. This is sequel to the introduction of medical geology into the academic curriculum of the institution with focus on safe mining, chemicals and economic diversification as it pioneers research in sustainable mining and environmental safety.
Let's give me a round of applause as he heads to the stage for his remarks. Thank you so much.
The event features the induction of 17 pioneer postgraduate students of medical geology, a new course launched by the school, making it the first globally. The institution aims to address environmental and health challenges and promote responsible management of resources.
The first worldwide to offer this critical program speaks volumes about the vision and dedication of this institution. The Nasar State government remains steadfast in its support for education and research that drives our development.
I look forward to engaging with experts and leaders of thought who will share their insights and experiences on these critical issues.
The Executive Secretary of the Solid Minerals Development Fund, Mrs. Fatima Shinkafi, delivers the lecture. She provides data on the deaths that have been recorded from unsafe mining practices.
Between 2010 and 2016, over 7,000 lead poisoning incidences led to 700 deaths just in one location. The figure is much higher. And it has been recorded that they were related to gold mining activities in Zamfara, Kebbi, and Niger State.
While advocating for the development of industries around medicinal and geomedical resources, the guest lecturer called on the students to be innovative in applying the knowledge to enhance community health and sustainable development.
It's even disruptive change because it has brought in medicine and geology and created a new genre, a new field and discipline of skills.
The Solid Minerals Development Fund is also pledging to provide the finance to support the institution to develop research for the course. Halima Gayam, Channels Television News.
The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, has called on Nigerians to support the fight against insecurity in the country, while reaffirming that the fight should not be left for security agencies alone. Mr. Egbetokun, who spoke through the Assistant Inspector General of Police, Zone 8, Abubakar Zubairu, during the commissioning of the new smart divisional police station in Ekirin Ade community, Ijumo, local government area of Kogi State.
This facility we are commissioning today is not just a building, it is a comprehensive law enforcement center designed to meet the challenges of 21st century policing. The scope of this project includes a fully constructed and furnished smart divisional police headquarters, protective installation and perimeter security, including a gatehouse CCTV and a sentry post.
We are not just commissioning a police station, we are unveiling a smart police facility equipped with modern tools, digital surveillance system, and infrastructure that reflect the future of policing. This big volume about the direction we must all embrace, which is technology-driven solution for crime prevention and control. This landmark contribution to our security architecture is a demonstration of the power of synergy in combating insecurity. The Executive Secretary has shown how patriotic zeal can help secure the people through the right support to the state government. Instead of politicizing insecurity and raising fly-overers alarm like some desperate politicians, he has taken a bold step by working with the state government to address insecurity.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Kiriu. Enjoy the rest of your day.